This morning, a bill that changes Medicaid is over a key hurdle. How this could affect you.
Plus, getting hit by allergies, why this season has been more intense, and what you can do to manage. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Monday. I'm Kyrie Unley.
I'm Chris Stanford. Savannah Brito at the desk to join us to start the hour. And, you know, we're talking about allergies, and we were thinking spring. We're seeing the sunshine. Everything looks so, but it's feeling like it's like the middle of March out there right now, basically.
I know, and the last couple of mornings have felt like fall-like, a little taste of fall, even though we're almost in meteorological summer.
It's devastating. It's disappointing. It's very much so. Like
Everyone's having a hard time with it.
Like all these ups and downs, it's just not setting well with my soul. I mean, like last week I went from walking outside, no jacket.
I know.
Oh, look at me. Now look.
Missed those mornings already.
Might want to consider the heavy coat this morning. It's that cold.
Yeah, I just grabbed my sweatshirt and I regret it this morning. So don't do what we did and definitely bring at least your jacket outside this morning because it's not only cold, but breezy, and that's actually driving wind chills in place, and those are down to the lower to mid 30s this morning. Our winds gusting up to about 21 miles per hour, Madison 20 in Mineral Point, 18 in Wisconsin Dells. We are going to see temperatures rise, not a lot from where we're sitting right now. Highs are only going to get into the upper 50s compared to where we're sitting right now. 39 in Madison, so the cooler air is shifting a little bit further west. Middleton, Oregon still sitting at 41 this morning, and that's where the warmer areas are. We've got some areas that are even in the lower 40s, 41 or 43 in Lone Rock, and then 40 degrees in Monroe. Everyone later this afternoon will see highs approach 60. I don't think we'll break 60 though, and it will be breezy like I mentioned. Then we've got the shower chances that increase. It's not really going to be until tonight and tomorrow for everyone. We'll talk about how much rainfall we could see tonight coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then, Savannah. Thank you. Well, this morning, the search for a missing boater on Lake Monona will continue. The State Journal reporting that the Dane County Sheriff's Office suspended the search last night around 7 o'clock.
This follows an incident Friday night when a sailboat overturned on the middle of the lake. 4 people were on board. 1 person stayed with the boat and made it safely to shore. The other 3 stayed with a kayak. 2 of those individuals were rescued. However, the third, who was not wearing a life jacket, is still missing. Meantime,
in Washington, a bill that would change Medicaid and extend trillions of dollars in tax cuts is now over a key hurdle. It comes after the House Budget Committee passed it late last night. The rare Sunday night vote's part of a Republican effort to get the measure on the floor this week. Now House Speaker Mike Johnson's trying to get some GOP moderates and fiscal hawks to come together.
And the bill creates new work requirements for Medicaid recipients. That program provides health coverage for children, seniors, people with disabilities, parents and adults with dependents, Last night's passage follows a failed budget committee vote. That's due to a few hardline Republicans who wanted changes. They include moving up the timeline for Medicaid work requirements.
Markets are off to a rough start this week. It comes after Moody's downgraded the U.S.'s credit rating on Friday. Right now, the Dow Jones trading about 300 points below Friday's close in overnight trading, are about 0.7%. S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, those are down as well, over 1%.
Republicans in Wisconsin are preparing for the 2026 midterm election. Notable races on the ballot, the governor's office and Ron Johnson's seat in the U.S. Senate. Over the weekend, Republicans convened in Wausau for the state party convention. After their loss in April's Supreme Court race, their theme is moving forward.
The other problem is the disunity, the strifes, the squabbles within our county parties. We've always had them, and people are people. There's always power struggle, but I have to admit, in the 15 years since I entered this political process, I've never seen as many squabbles.
Senator Johnson also says the party will need to work on winning without Donald Trump on the ballot.
Happening today, Dane County will break ground on a new public safety communications facility. It's a 34,000 square foot building that'll be the new hub for the county's 911 operations. It'll be located on Ludds Lane on Madison's east side, right near the medical examiner's office. The project is set to highlight the county's commitment to public safety, technology, innovation, and environmental responsibility. The groundbreaking is scheduled for this morning at 10 o'clock.
The Click It or Ticket campaign is hitting the roads of Sun Prairie today. A 2024 survey showed 88% of Wisconsin drivers wear seatbelts. Wisconsin's primary seatbelt law allows officers to stop and cite drivers for failing to wear a seatbelt. Penalties are higher for transporting unrestrained children, and passengers can also be cited. Not buckling seatbelts is among the most common traffic law violations in Wisconsin. Sun Prairie Police reported one area of focus for the campaign will be nighttime enforcement. In 2023, 56% of passengers at night between 6 p.m. and 5:59 a.m. were not wearing their seatbelt.
And today in Janesville, the Boys and Girls Clubs there will break ground on a new facility. The new building will be on South Jackson Street near the Rock River. The organization says $10 million has been raised for the project. That groundbreaking happens this afternoon at 4 p.m.
Parts of southeastern Wisconsin continue to feel the impact of Thursday's storm. Downed trees, poles, and power lines are reported in the areas hardest hit of Juneau and Mayville. Spectrum says it's working to get customers back online. In a statement, Spectrum says, quote, "We have team members on the ground and have brought in more than 50 additional technicians from neighboring areas to help expedite our restoration efforts wherever it is safe to do so." Customers can visit the Spectrum website for more information.
Heads up if you drive on Fish Hatchery Road, starting today, up to 2 of the northbound lanes are going to be closed from Traceway Drive to High Ridge Trail. Crews are working on a water main there. Traffic is going to be able to get through at all times, but local officials are asking you to use another route if you can. Construction is expected to wrap up on June 15th.
In health news, a new COVID vaccine is out, but it's not available to everyone. After a 6-week delay, FDA has approved a protein-based COVID vaccine by Novavax. That sets it apart from the mRNA vaccines developed by Moderna and Pfizer. The FDA is limiting it to those 65 and older or 12 and older with an underlying condition that makes them high risk.
Well, if you are feeling those seasonal allergies, you are definitely not alone. Experts have predicted that this year's allergy season would be a tough one, and it is. One reason is because that the season started earlier due to the warmer temperatures. SSM Health's Dr. Ruba Shah shares how you can minimize your symptoms.
You can check the pollen count so you can see if it's a high allergen day. You may want to stay more indoors on those days. You may want to keep your windows closed. Think about a HEPA filter in your home. Those are just kind of all preventative things you can do.
She adds that antihistamines like Claritin or Zyrtec and nasal sprays are a good option if you're already suffering. After spending time outside too, here's a couple of things you can do. You can wash your clothes, change your bedding, and make sure you take a shower.
Right, so if you're an allergy sufferer, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it always hits me out of nowhere. I never expect it, like I'm oblivious to it, and all of a sudden, like bam, it hits me. My nose starts running like crazy, my eyes start watering, and
just gotta hang in
I
there.
don't do the stuff that Dr. Shah says. I'm just like, I gotta find a better, some sort of a treatment plan, because what I'm doing right now, nothing is not working.
Yeah, so there's some tips there. Maybe you should write a few notes down.
I've taken notes this morning.
There we go. Well, Savannah, what's coming up?
Well, guys, it's definitely a cool morning. We've got temperatures right now only in the upper 30s, lower 40s. We'll talk about how warm it'll get over the next couple of days compared to where we should be.
And ahead in your morning sports, the Brewers looking to avoid getting swept at home for the first time in 2 years. See if they can do it.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
All right, time to see what's going on in the 608 this morning. The Wisconsin Beef Council once again excited to showcase Madison Burger Week, which is happening right now.
Our Josh Brighter is live in Madison with how you can support local businesses. Josh, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Boy, we got a great story for you this morning. It is Madison Burger Week, and we are at a Madison staple. We're at Monty's Blue Plate Diner this morning, and they are busy on the grill already here at 6 o'clock just for us here on News 3 Now this morning. We have a lot to talk about, a lot we want to break down. I have both Eric Heitzinger and Angie Horkin of the Wisconsin Beef Council joining us this morning. Eric, I want to start with you because, boy, this looks delicious. This is the way you want to start a week.
Absolutely. Great start to the week. Our double steak smash patty. Swiss cheese, homemade Thousand Island, and caramelized onions.
So, of course, you guys are a Madison staple. How long has Monty's been here on the east side?
We've been cooking since 1990. Comfort food, vegetarian, vegan fare, breakfast all day for plenty of years now.
And now you guys are participating in Madison Burger Week. And what made you guys want to participate this year?
Well, we're just really excited about the Smash Burger we're featuring. It is a great product on a great grill, well-seasoned grill, and we just want to support local farmers and beef farmers, everybody around.
And this is what it's all about. Of course, Angie Horkin here with the Wisconsin Beef Council. That's what Burger Week is. It's showcasing the amazing goodness that we have right here in our communities.
It is. It's such a great event. We love supporting our great restaurants here in Madison and Dane County. 24 participants this year, and 7 of them are brand new, just like Monty's. It's their first year in Burger Week. And one of the most important things is the voting. So head out to the restaurants, one of the participants, you can find them all listed on beeftips.com, and vote. Every day we're going to give out a $25 gift card to one voter, and it'll be made out to one of the participating restaurants, so you can go out and try some more burgers.
So Eric, what makes this burger so special in your opinion?
Just the double patty gets nice and crispy on the edges, smashed down, and stays nice and juicy. That Thousand Island brings it home.
And you know, you talk about the community support here. You guys have been here a long time, obviously. What is it like for you guys day after day to be here for the people?
We love the neighborhood, and we love all our regulars come on out every day. Breakfast all day is always a plus. Burgers and a shake, even grab yourself a nice cold beer.
And you know, we're so lucky here in Wisconsin, Angie, because we have this fresh beef right here, and that's what it's all about. I know you guys believe that too.
I know, we love it. We have so many great restaurants and retailers, and we have great beef here in the state. We have over 12,700 farms with cattle on them. So right here in Dane County, a lot of producers too. So, you know, it's May Beef Month. Head out, check out a farm, maybe head to a farmer's market or a meat market and stock up.
Yeah, Madison Burger Week running through Friday. It smells delicious in here. It's looking pretty good too, Eric.
Absolutely. Coming together nice over here. We have Trinidad working the grill today. This is our main man.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, there it is. We're going to give it a try coming up here in our next segment at 6:45. Bring you outside, give you a little bit more. I know a lot of folks have been to Monty's before, but I'm excited to try their burger for the first time. So this is going to be some good live TV coming up about 6:45.
All right, making us jealous once again. Josh Breiter live at Monty's this morning for Madison Burger Week. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's check in with Savannah Burrito, who's got your first warn forecast. Starting off talking about those tornadoes from last week. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We did now have a total bringing us up to 5. The National Weather Service office in Milwaukee did send crews out to survey damage. They did add an EF0 tornado confirmed in Rock Springs. That was out in Sauk County. And then we had the 4 tornadoes that did touch down in Dodge County as well last Thursday. That brings us up to 5. That one in Sauk County had wind speeds that were reported 70 miles per hour. But then those 4 tornadoes that were in Juneau County, one was an EF1 that was in Juneau, 95 mile per hour winds. We had 2 EF2 tornadoes though, one in Horicon and one in Mayville. Both of those had wind speeds up to 120 miles per hour. And then the other one was an EF1 in Lomira as well. Wind speeds were around 95 miles per hour there as well. We're not expecting severe weather, but heavy and widespread rain is going to move in late tonight into early tomorrow morning. We're close to 40 right now. That's what most of southern Wisconsin's waking up to. 52 by the lunchtime hour, and it's going to be breezy all day today. We'll at least see winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour later today, and especially this evening closer to dinner time. I think some areas will even top out closer to 30 miles per hour, and then winds increase even more heading into tomorrow morning. This is a look at what 7 a.m. could bring. Winds gusting to around 35 to 40 miles per hour, and really overall the next 72 hours will be breezy, that lasting until at least Wednesday night. That's when low pressure tracks in, spinning around, so we do have shower chances today. I think that'll more so be near Mineral Point, Prairie du Chien, and also Platteville. That's going to be brief though, not last that long. The heaviest rain, that'll hold off until late tonight, early tomorrow morning. The closer we get to about 3 to 4 a.m., that's when it's going to increase for areas west and south of Madison. Everyone then across southern Wisconsin will see that. The closer we get to Tuesday, about mid to late morning, that'll last all the way into Wednesday. It's not going to be as heavy though once we get to Tuesday evening, overnight, and early Wednesday, but scattered showers are going to remain in the forecast. By Thursday and Friday, that's when we dry up and temperatures start to finally warm back up. We're only looking at highs near 50 tomorrow and then closer to 60 Thursday. Back back into the mid-60s for Memorial Day weekend.
After losing 7 of their last 9 on Saturday night, Pat Murphy called out the elephant in the room, saying, "I trust our players. I think they're good," followed by a not-so-subtle jab at the front office, saying, "Did we go out and spend a lot of money in the offseason? Let's call a spade a spade." No, we did not. And while I commend the call-out, the skipper must also know that's not going to change anytime soon. And we'll need to find a way to win with this group, like he did yesterday. Sal Frelick rips a rope to drive in a run, giving the crew a 4-0 lead in the third. And then in the 8th, the Twins had a chance to tie it. Royce Lewis hits what looks to be like a game-tying homer, but then Jackson Churio made the web gem of the season. He robs the home run and saves the day as the crew win it 5-2. To the college ranks, where Whitewater Baseball won their regional and are headed to their 2nd straight super regional, where they will face a mighty familiar opponent in UW Oshkosh. Last year, the Warhawks were the national runner-ups. For the 7th consecutive season, Madison College is headed to the Division II JUCO World Series. The Wolfpack defeated the Kankakee Community College to earn their 14th overall trip to Enid, Oklahoma, a place where their coach has told me in the past plays like a home game because they've been to the College World Series so many times. Ahead of the AmFam Championship, Jerry Kelly has caught fire. The Madison native is in search of his first major win on the PGA Senior Tour since 2020 and was tied for first place heading into the final round. But the pace of play meant we might not necessarily find a winner yesterday. More on that in a moment. On 9, Kelly with a perfect approach shot that sticks on the green and gives him a chance at birdie. And Kelly sinks the slanting putt. And as you can see, after that, it got really dark really fast. Kelly was tied for the lead after 14 holes, and eventually this round was rightfully suspended. They'll finish it off later today. And on the PGA Tour, Scottie Scheffler struggled a bit early, but showed up when it mattered. On the back 9, the world's #1 wins the PGA Championship, his 3rd career major title, all coming since 2022, and we can just about surely tell you there will be many more to come for Scheffler. That's your morning sports fix. Have a wonderful week.
Still ahead, we'll preview the new Mission Impossible movie and tell you where you could see and smell the infamous corpse flower.
That's right. We're back right after this. Welcome back. This photo is from Gwen. She says, "May Gosling so big already." And they are. I've seen a lot of them walking around the local parks, so they're here. They're ready.
Look at the babies.
Yeah, they won't be babies for long.
No.
They'll fly away soon.
They leave us plenty of presents to step in. That's for sure.
That too, yeah. That's scattered out everywhere. Now that is a bit disturbing.
It's hard to avoid.
Yeah, but it's there. Hopefully, it's serving the environment well somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, exactly.
They are cute, though. Thank you, Gwen. Appreciate it as always. Hey, trending this morning, well, the final Mission Impossible movie is about to hit your local big screen. Tom Cruise back for an 8th time as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise and writer-director Christopher McGarry once again hitting. They're teaming up. That's their thing. They team up. They push each other in every one of these Mission Impossible movies. They always have to top the stunts and everything that they did the previous time. So here we go. It opens up this Friday. 30 years almost of Mission Impossible movies. 1996. Kyriani said that's a good year. Huh?
Yeah, I guess the movies have been going since the year I was born, but I have not seen one.
I remember seeing the first one in theaters. No. It was get you going right from the get-go.
Number 8.
There we go. All right, hey, some people in Iowa, in Ames, right now, they are all gathering to see a rare flower bloom. They're holding their noses, though, as you can see here, because the corpse flower, as you might know, is rather stinky. This one is called Stink Floyd. It's on display at Raymond Gardens right now. It bloomed on Saturday. You got to get there while it's blooming, because the smell wears off in a couple of days. Some say it smells like gym socks. Others say it reminds them of roadkill. 24 to 48 hours is that full bloom, so it might be over by now. Officials at Raymond Gardens say they expect about 15,000 people to come through.
I think it's funny that they're lining up for the pictures and all the women seem to be plugging their nose more than the men in the pictures, so.
Yeah, we smell already, so.
Oh, is that what it is?
Right, we're used to it.
It's easier
We're
to
used
smell
to the
the
stink.
gym socks.
Yeah.
I guess so. We're tracking some rain, might help with some of those smells out there, and maybe not so much. We'll talk about that coming up.
This morning, the search for a boater in Lake Monona continues. We'll have the latest on those efforts.
Plus, former President Biden's cancer diagnosis, how the Biden family is moving forward.
And euchre enthusiasts converge in New Glarus. A look at the euchre World Championship. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stan.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. With it being, springtime, it's not feeling real springy out there right now.
No, it's not. It doesn't feel like we're, more than halfway through May.
Right.
And June's right around the corner. Because we've got temperatures out there in the lower 40s in some spots and a little bit of wind. Let's send it out to Savannah Brito, who's on the patio here in Madison to get you ready to start your Monday. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, breezy and definitely a cool start. I'm regretting not pulling my Uggs back out this morning. We're waking up to winds that are gusting around 20 or so miles per hour, but temperatures, those actually have fallen into the 30s across most of Dane County, Madison, and then also eastward, but there still are a fair amount of 40s. Temperatures that are in the even mid 40s in La Crosse and Black River Falls. Camp Douglas is waking up to 44. We're not going to see warm temperatures by any means. Cooler pattern, and that's going to stick around for the foreseeable future. We're actually only going to see highs reach just shy of 60 in the upper 50s today. We'll talk about when the winds will come down and the shower chances when those return as well coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then. This morning, the search for a missing boater on Lake Monona will continue. The State Journal reporting that the Dane County Sheriff's Office suspended those search efforts last night around 7 o'clock.
This follows an incident Friday night when a sailboat overturned in the middle of the lake. 4 people were on board. 1 person stayed with the boat and made it safely to shore. The other 3 stayed with the kayak. 2 of those individuals were rescued. However, the 3rd, who was not wearing a life jacket, is still missing. In national news this morning, former President Joe Biden revealed he has an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. He and his family are reviewing treatment options after doctors discovered a nodule on his prostate. Cancer specialists say effective treatments exist even for patients of Biden's age.
Patients, even who are diagnosed with more aggressive, more advanced stage disease, can live many years and have good quality of life.
President Trump reacted on social media saying, quote, "Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We wish Joe a fast and successful recovery." Biden has a moonshot initiative inspired by his late son, Beau Biden's battle with brain cancer, which aims to improve cancer research, prevention, and care.
Now to a continuing story here that's captured some national headlines. Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan facing federal charges. Prosecutors say that she helped a Milwaukee man evade arrest by ICE officials. A grand jury indicted her on charges last week, to which she pleaded not guilty. In this week's For the Record, political reporter Will Keneally talked with CBS News correspondent Scott McFarland and asked why he thinks this has become such a big story.
You can tell this is bigger than just Judge Hannah Dugan. You could tell outside the courthouse in Milwaukee with the crowds of hundreds of protesters that this is a proxy fight over something quite bigger. Whether the Trump administration, whether the executive branch can get involved with making arrests or executing the federal powers inside a local judge's courtroom.
Judge Dugan's name is still on her courtroom, but has to stand down as this case is pending. If convicted, she does face jail time.
In local news happening today, Dane County will break ground on a new public safety communications facility. The 34,000 square foot center will serve as the new hub for the county's 911 operations. Crews will build the facility on Ludds Lane on Madison's east side near the medical examiner's office. The project highlights the county's commitment to public safety, technological innovation, and environmental responsibility. The groundbreaking ceremony starts at 10 a.m.
Well, heads up if you're driving through Sun Prairie today, the Click It or Ticket campaign is back. A 2024 survey showed 88% of Wisconsin drivers were wearing seatbelts. Wisconsin's primary seatbelt law allows officers to stop and cite drivers for failing to wear one. Penalties are higher if you're transporting any kids who are not wearing a seatbelt. Passengers can also be cited. Not buckling seatbelts is among the most common traffic law violations in the state. Sun Prairie Police reported one area of focus for the campaign is going to be nighttime enforcement. A couple of years ago, 56% of passengers at night were not wearing their seatbelts.
Starting today in Fitchburg, crews are closing up 2 northbound lanes on Fish Hatchery Road from Traceway Drive to High Ridge Trail to work on a water main. Officials say traffic will still get through, but they're asking drivers to take another route if possible. They expect to finish construction by June 15th.
Parts of southeastern Wisconsin continue to feel the impact of Thursday's storms. Downed trees, poles, and power lines are reported in the areas hardest hit, like Juneau in Mayville. Spectrum is working to get customers back online. In a statement, the company says that they have a team of people there on the ground and have brought in more than an additional 50 technicians from neighboring areas to help out. Customers can visit the Spectrum website for more information.
Well, we want to congratulate Sarah Hagen now, who is the 78th Allison Dairyland. She is a senior at the University of Minnesota who will graduate with a degree in agricultural and food business management and a minor in international agriculture. She was selected on Saturday in Crawford County.
This morning, Pope Leo and Vice President J.D. Vance are meeting. It comes ahead of U.S.-led diplomatic efforts for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. This morning, Vance's motorcade seen entering Vatican City. It comes a day after the Pope's inaugural Mass. Vance led the U.S. delegation, which includes Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The Vatican has recently offered to host any peace talks while continuing humanitarian efforts.
President Trump plans to speak by phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin later today. He's reaching out to Putin in an effort to help end Russia's war with Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met in Rome with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, hoping to advance peace talks with Russia.
Israeli attacks across Gaza have killed 99 Palestinians yesterday. It comes as Israel launches a new offensive in the enclave. Israel says that it is aimed at destroying Hamas and freeing hostages. The Palestinian Ministry of Health in the enclave said Saturday the Israeli bombardment killed at least 262 people and injured 675 others in 3 days.
And Israel says it will allow a basic amount of food to enter the Gaza Strip as it pushes ahead with its offensive. The Prime Minister's office says Israel is doing so out of the operational need to allow for the expansion of combat to defeat Hamas. The allowance is aimed at preventing a hunger crisis from developing in Gaza. A statement says it would jeopardize the operation.
We now know the identity of the attacker behind the explosion at a California fertility clinic. The FBI identifying him as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. Officials found his body near the scene of the blast. The FBI is calling it an intentional act of terrorism. Investigators are trying to identify the suspect's motive. It was a powerful car bomb that exploded near the Southern California facility on Saturday.
In New York, 2 crew members are dead and more than a dozen are injured after a Mexican naval training ship hit the Brooklyn Bridge. Officials are waiting for Mexican Navy authorities to arrive at the site so they can join the investigation. The National Transportation Safety Board is trying to determine what happened. The Coast Guard says all 3 of the ship's masts were damaged during the collision. Right now, the Coast Guard has suspended all commercial traffic in the area while the investigation continues.
To golf now, Scotty Scheffler has won the PGA Championship. The world #1 made national headlines last year when he was arrested at this tournament. His charges were later dismissed. This year, though, he won it by 5 strokes, finishing 11 under par. It's his 3rd major to go along with his 2 Masters wins.
Take a look at this. Euchre players from 22 different states converged in New Glarus over the weekend for the 3rd annual Euchre World Championship. It's a popular event for fans of the card game. More than 200 people joined the wait list after registration reached capacity. Organizers offered multiple tournaments, including singles and doubles events, giving attendees a variety of ways to compete. While many came to win, most left with a few more friends than they had at the start of the weekend.
People came in on Friday night. We had a dinner. We distributed cards around town. We had a couple events at a couple of the different bars, and every single place you went, there's just people sitting at a table playing euchre with somebody they didn't know before they got here. So it's very fun, very social. It's a very social weekend.
Organizers say proceeds from the event fund community projects, and this year's tournament will help build a local dog park.
Very nice. Love to see it. What a crowd. Nice turnout there for the Euchre Championship.
In 22 states from across the country, so that's insane.
Good stuff. It's such part of the culture here in Wisconsin. It's just one of those games where, had you ever heard of euchre before moving to Wisconsin?
No,
right.
I hadn't actually. It's not one of the card games that comes up being from Missouri. So yeah, unless I'm just not in the loop.
No, it's a fun one. Good to see all those folks there and new players.
Yes, all for a good cause. Well, let's check in with Savannah. What's coming up?
Guys, temperatures are going to be cooler than normal. We'll talk about how long that could stick around for southern Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
My name is Bryson Ryder. Please plant my day.
Well, Graceland might want to grab a jacket or at least a sweatshirt before heading out there. I regret not doing that this morning. It is definitely a cold start. Patchy frost possible, but we are going to see temperatures warm close to 60 just later in the day. We're at 39 in Madison right now. Lots of clouds out there too. Winds could gust up to about 40 miles per hour. That'll more so be tonight into early tomorrow when it's going to be the breeziest. But yeah, we do have a cool day where temperatures are only going to top out in the upper 50s. We're at 21 miles per hour in Madison. Those are the peak winds. 18 in Watertown, 20 in Janesville, 25 in Lone Rock, and 25 also in Prairie du Chien. That's where we'll pretty much stay. I think we'll rise a little bit more closer to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Not until dinner time though, and then overnight those easterly winds pick up even more with gusts ranging 35 to even 40 miles per hour. So it'll be pretty breezy, and overall the next 72 hours will be pretty windy. We're not going to see those come down a little bit more until Wednesday morning and then into Thursday night as well. When we get closer to the end of the week, that's when winds are going to finally start to die down, more so compared to what we're seeing right now. Some minimal showers near Boscobel, Prairie du Chien, Platteville can't be ruled out through the morning and afternoon. I think tonight though, and really as we head closer to daybreak tomorrow, about 4 to 5 in the morning, that's when shower chances will increase west and also south of Madison. For us and everyone else across southern Wisconsin, we'll have pretty heavy rain falling between that time frame of mid to late morning into the early afternoon Tuesday. Even Tuesday night into Wednesday, we're still going to have scattered showers continue. It just won't be as heavy or as widespread. As you can see, there's no longer those really deep colors of yellow, and it's not the coverage is not as intense across southern Wisconsin. We're not going to tack on a lot of measurable rainfall now until about midnight, maybe out over Iowa, so well to our west. But then once we get into tomorrow morning, this stops at about 1:30 in the afternoon. We'll quickly see about an inch and a half. A couple areas may even see closer to 2 inches of rain. I think that'll more so be the case once the rain wraps up later into the day on Wednesday. So most of southern Wisconsin will see at least an inch of rainfall. I think some areas even topping out closer to 2 and 3 inches of rain overall from the entire event, which is much needed because on our latest drought monitor, that moderate drought, that's the first stage, abnormally dry conditions, and then a moderate drought that actually spread further east now, including Janesville, Lake Geneva, Kenosha, areas south of Milwaukee. So we still have abnormally dry conditions across southern Dane County, but technically not a drought. So some much needed rain in the forecast at least.
Okay, even though those temperatures are cooler.
Wish it could be a warm rain, not a cold rain.
That's what I was looking for, but it's okay.
Yeah,
We'll get
there eventually, yeah.
Yes.
Right. Thanks for the heads up. Had a great Plan My Day video today. We'd love to see some more of those, so make one and share it with us. You can do it through the website, the First Warn Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email, and then make sure you watch to see if your video makes it on the air.
Well, let's switch gears here. We're in the 608. The Wisconsin Beef Council is once again excited to showcase Madison Burger Week happening now.
Yeah, tough assignment for Josh Sprider this morning, who is out at a local restaurant checking things out. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Burgers for breakfast. I wouldn't have it any other way as we're talking about Madison Burger Week. We're at Monty's Blue Plate Diner this morning, and I've got Angie Horkin of the Wisconsin Beef Council, also Eric Heitzinger of Monty's joining us. Eric, I want to start with you. Burger Week, this is your first time participating.
Absolutely, and we're super stoked to be a participant this year, featuring our double steak burger, smash burger. Yeah, hoping to highlight some local farms, some local businesses, and get everybody some delicious burgers.
Oh my gosh, it looks like it's ready. I'm going to let you grab that from the window here as I talk to Angie. Burger Week is back, and I mean, you guys are super excited to showcase local.
We are 24 participants, 7 of them being brand new restaurants this year, like Monty's. So I'm super excited to be here to promote their Angus smash burger, or steak smash burger, excuse me. But yeah, it's just a great event. Started last Friday. Already seeing a lot of burger sales, like an uptick at most of the locations I've talked to and here. So the word is out. It runs through this coming Friday. Get out and vote. You can vote once a day. There's a link to the voting from beeftips.com. It's hosted by the Cap Times and sponsored by Wisconsin Beef Council and Pepsi.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And this is your most popular burger on the menu?
Absolutely. We're selling roughly 150 a week, and it's outselling our other offerings by about 3 to 1.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you've been at Monty's for a while. What makes Monty's so special in this community?
Well, we think we're an integral part of the Atwood community down here. So comfort food all day, vegan, vegetarian, anything you can find on our menu you'll probably love. But yeah, happy to bring all folks down here anytime.
And, you know, Burger Week, this is something new for you guys, and it's kind of fun to be able to showcase something on your menu that maybe people wouldn't normally get on your menu.
Sure. I mean, we're known for breakfast all day, comfort food, but yeah, we always serve burgers and love cooking them to order. Beautiful burgers all day long.
And of course, you know, we love our Wisconsin beef, and this is a big push of this week in general.
It is. We sell a lot of beef burgers in the Madison area this week. So one of my most favorite weeks of the year, and May is Beef Month, so celebrate Wisconsin's beef farmers all month.
And we're lucky enough because we have so many great options right here in our community, too. Like, there are no shortages of that.
Not at all. We do. Our restaurant scene is amazing here in Dane County, and our supermarkets sell choice beef. You have so many options in the area. It's perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, so Burger Week goes until Friday. So when can folks come on out here to Monty's to eat this one for themselves?
We're open 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day.
So any day, that's going to be great.
Absolutely.
All right, so I can't let this burger just sit here. Angie, I'm going to let you take this microphone.
We have napkins for you, Josh.
I'm going to need the napkin, I think.
know, it's beautiful.
Here we go.
Look at that. Double smash burger.
Mm-hmm.
Chewing.
Mm-hmm.
Chewing.
You're going to, like, doing the play-by-play for this.
I know, I have.
Guys, thumbs up. I think I got stuff all over my face. We're going to send it back to you. Go to channel3000.com to learn more.
It's nice about that with all the stuff that falls out the back end. You just take your French fries and just lap it right up.
I mean, I love me a good burger.
You take your burger and just lap it right up.
There you go.
Good stuff. All right, Josh's Blue Plate for Burger Week. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured. Well, coming up in the morning sprint, have a picky eater at home, how you can get your child to expand their diet.
Got a little kiddo turning 3 soon. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. We're back after this. Time for the morning sprint.
This morning, the search continues for a missing boater on Lake Monona. The State Journal reports the Dane County Sheriff's Office stopped the search last night around 7. The search follows an incident on Friday night when a sailboat overturned in the middle of the lake. 4 people were on board. Crews have rescued 3. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is leading the search.
A bill in Washington that would change Medicaid and extend trillions of dollars in tax cuts is now over a key hurdle. It comes after the House Budget Committee passed it late last night. The bill creates new work requirements for Medicaid recipients. Some conservatives argue the bill doesn't do enough to cut spending. The bill could see a final vote by Thursday.
Former President Joe Biden announced he has prostate cancer. Doctors diagnosed him and found the cancer has spread to his bones. He and his family are reviewing treatment options. Biden has a moonshot initiative to improve cancer research, prevention, and care. He drew inspiration from his late son Beau Biden's battle with brain cancer.
One way to get teens who are picky eaters to expand their diets, school lunches. That's according to a study by the University of Bristol that found that kids who choose their own lunches at school had a more varied diet than kids who ate lunches packed at home. The data also showed that kids who are picky eaters as toddlers often stayed picky eaters into their teen years.
Spectrum says crews are still working to restore service after last week's storms. Downed trees, poles, and power lines remain in the hardest hit areas of Juneau and Mayville. Customers can visit the Spectrum website for more information.
Starting today, a couple lanes of northbound Fish Hatchery Road are going to be closed. It's from Traceway Drive here to High Ridge Trail. Crews are working on a water main. Officials say traffic's going to be able to get through at all times, but they're asking you to take another way if you can. Construction is expected to be all wrapped up by June 15th.
This morning, Pope Leo and Vice President J.D. Vance are meeting. Their discussion comes ahead of U.S.-led diplomatic efforts to broker a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. The meeting follows the Pope's inaugural Mass yesterday. The Vatican has recently offered to host peace talks and continues its humanitarian efforts.
President Trump planning to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin over the phone today. He's reaching out to Putin in an effort to help end Russia's war with Ukraine. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky met in Rome with J.D. Vance. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio are there, hoping to advance peace talks with Russia.
It'll be breezy and a lot cooler than it has been. Highs are only going to reach about 60 later this afternoon. I think most of us upper 50s will not break the 60-degree temperature across most of southern Wisconsin. And then only 50 tomorrow. We'll have pretty heavy rain moving overnight into tomorrow. It'll last the afternoon, and then even later in the day tomorrow into Wednesday, we're still going to have scattered showers. It just won't be as heavy nor as widespread as what we're tracking for tomorrow morning. After that, as we head closer to Memorial Day, we're going to finally warm up. Just still cooler than normal, though, with highs only in the mid-60s. So last week was just a taste of what's to come this summer.
Well, let's hope that we can get a taste of that summer feel real soon.
I know. I hope by June we can get warmer, but I think overall the next 10 days cooler than normal at least.
All right. Cooler temps settling in.
They are, and overnight lows too.
Thank you, Savannah. Thanks for watching.